course. All right, hello and welcome back. This is our Nitric Oxide release. This is our intermediate level class. If you have the bands on, we've already added air. And go ahead when you're ready, join us down on the floor. We're gonna do a little brief warm up for the wrists. So as you're starting to get into position, you can just start to circle those wrists around. Luke felt like he needed the mat here today. And our first exercise is gonna be our Sumo Inchworm. So I did say on the mat, but we're gonna actually start standing. Sorry, Diane. So for sumo stance, you're gonna walk those feet outside the hips, establish a little bend in those knees. And now we're gonna sort of reach down for the ground and you're gonna crawl yourself down, coming down to the knees, and then take your chest down to the ground, take into a little bit of a mini like up dog here, engaging those shoulders back. And now you're gonna lift those hips, come up into down dog, and slowly start to walk those feet towards the hands. You'll come all the way up to standing, and then you'll do it again. So I'm gonna walk back to the start here, but if you have that space, you could just make your way down the floor or else walk back to the start of the mat. So walking out to the plank position, coming down to the knees as able, you can dive the chest down, engage the glutes as you circle up, back and down, pushing on back, raising those hips up, back into down dog again, and then walking those feet up and forward. Good job. We're gonna do it one more time, everybody, just at your own tempo. Down, walking through, get a nice stretch for those calves on this time through, coming out of down dog, as we have some options for some jumping jacks coming up next. Back, hips raise up, and now this time I'm gonna make a point to pedal those heels 3 to 5 times on each side. And then gradually walking it in. We're just gonna be doing this Sumo Inchworm one time through, and that's kind of part of our warm up. All right, make your way up to standing. When you're ready, so you get up to standing, you can either go into a step jack, or if you feel like doing some jumping jacks this morning, nice and light on the feet, move into that jump jack. I'm just gonna readjust the screen. Very good. 10 seconds left. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching next. Challenge the balance a little bit as well. 2, 1, and go ahead and pause. Quad stretch next. So feel free to steady yourself or work that balance, coming onto one leg, picking that foot up, and stretching out that quad. After we stretch each quad, we're gonna get ready for some lunging or some reverse giant steps, depending upon your comfort with the lunge. Nice, Diane. Woo-hoo.
The wind's blowing me.
And go ahead and rest that foot down in between sides. Short little hip circle here. Step that low back. Nice. Good, and circle the hips the other way. Excellent, and then we're gonna come on to that quad stretch on the opposite side. Anchor down, draw it all up and in, grabbing that foot. This is watching the birds. Keep pulling that heel back, hips nice and level. And 2, 1, and relax that foot down. Nice work. All right, getting ready for those reverse lunges next. I recommend unweighted on the first round unless you feel pretty warm today. And if you want to hold some weights, you can. For that reverse lunge, if you know it, go ahead and go for it. Stepping back, lowering that knee towards the ground, up and forward. If you know you don't quite have that range of motion, you can just go like a little mini lunge, lower the knee down slightly, and then pull forward from there. Some key things we're focused on here: front shin vertical, heel nice and planted, and then eyes up and forward. We got a full minute. We're almost halfway there. And then once your body feels warm in that range of motion, you feel like you want to push the tempo just a little bit, you want to think about propelling yourself up and forward, and then back and down. Nice. Control over speed, but once you know that you have control of the movement, then it's appropriate to pick up that speed. 10 seconds, friends. Awesome. Maybe one more on each side. 2, 1. There's our minute. Half squat with front raise next. If you want to hold a light weight, you can. If you want to just raise your arms up in front, that works too. Squatting stance, feet about hip width apart, stomach drawn in, When you're ready, pull back, stand tall. Breathing in, breathing out. Awesome. So pushing those knees wide, pushing that big toe down. 10 seconds to go. Very good. Breathing through it. Pull down, stand tall. Keep pushing those hips back a little bit more, Diane. Watch those knees forward. And rest. Set it down. Shake it out. If you want to grab a drink, you can. 10 seconds, we're going to be back to our step or jump jacks. And that will be the top of the circuit. 3, 2, 1. Join us when you're ready. They're stepping it out or jumping it out. We got 30 seconds here. We're going to take out the stretch break on this second round. So we'll go from step or jump jacks back into that reverse lunge. Excellent. 10 seconds left. You're always welcome to slow it down. Nothing wrong with moving slow, all about just keeping it moving. And there's the 30. Awesome job. Now on this second round, you felt strong in your lunges. Maybe you want to pick up some weights. You can hold a weight at your sides. I kind of like it up at my shoulders. Helps keep that chest a little bit taller. 3, 2, 1. Back and down. Alternating legs. Good job. If you're not holding the weights, so reach the arms up as you step back. So arms, switch the arms up. Yep, so arms down with the front. Yep, and now you're gonna reach your arms up as you step back, just like a squat as you sit back. There you go. Very good. Looking strong, Kathy, nice. Amy, just bring your elbows a little bit more forward. So let them flare out, that's nice. Moving well, Sharon, we're over halfway now. Breathing through it. I really pumped up my legs today. I'm definitely feeling it. Woo! Those of you that are using the bands, if you've been using them for a while at a certain level and you don't feel like they're challenging you that much, add a little bit more. So maybe take it up another 25 or 50 notches. 2, 1, and there's the minute. Short rest. Got our half squat with the front raise next. 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, backing up. Working those shoulders. This is the end of set 2. We're going to take this circuit one more time through. Halfway on this half squat. If you want a rest break, take it after we finish these squats. If you want to keep pushing, we're going to go right back into those step or jump jacks. And pause. Great job. Set the weight down. If you want to choose that rest, just grab a drink. If you're moving with me on those step or jump jacks, 30 seconds starts now. Good. Eyes up. Maybe just a nice gentle smile. It's a great time too. If you don't want to do the jump jacks, dance. Anything to move your body. Keep it fun. 10 seconds to go. And pause. Short rest. So we get set for the last round of lunges. Eyes forward. Weights if you'd like. 3, 2, 1. Either the lunge or that reverse giant step. You're bringing the knee all the way to the floor. Make sure you just lightly kiss that knee down. And I do strongly recommend that you build into that full range of motion before you add weight. So if you're still working that reverse giant step, not quite to where you can bring that knee up and down, take a pause before you add weights. Great tempo. Moving well, Sharon. We are over halfway now. Woo! Good work. Eyes up. You can always pause the top if you want to slow it down or keep pushing that edge here. Good control. Less than 10 seconds. Great tempo, Amy. Doing great, Kathy. Strong lunges. Nice, Diane. Woo! And there's our time. Good. Front raises with the half squat. I'm going to leave the weights out this last round. If you want to hold a weight, you're welcome to it. Feet about hip width apart. 2, 1. Here we go. We're not going as deep as we can this time. Still working that half squat. I will take you all the way into those deep squats before we're done with our session. Today it's going to be more of a mobility piece, keeping that range of motion. We work these half squats to get a little bit more burn in those legs. It's a quicker turnover for that time under tension. I know I'm feeling that burn. 10 seconds left. Pull down, drive up. Full foot planted. 2, 1, and all done there. Awesome work. That completes that circuit. Let's grab a drink. We're getting ready for some overhead work coming up next. All righty. Short stretch first. Tricep stretch. We're going to keep the feet anchored down. Reach one arm up. Draw that chin in. Reaching up and around. Pull that elbow back. If you can hold that head in a nice position. Bend away from the side you're stretching. Breathing in as you come back to the center, looking up. Breathing out as you side bend. And in. Breathing out anywhere between 3 and 5. Beautiful. In between sides, behind the back stretch. So walk the feet nice and wide. Anchor down to those legs. Interlace those hands behind you. Try to extend those elbows without extending that mid back. And then long spine here. Good. Push those knees wide. Lower that head down. 2 to 3 nice big breaths into your back. And then return to standing. Great job. Walking those feet back in. Same thing on the opposite side. Tricep stretch, chin in, ribs down, bending, grabbing, and now we're bending away from the side you're stretching. Eyes up. Breathing in as you lengthen, breathing out as you bend. So lengthen meaning coming back to neutral. You could also consider the side bend to lengthen. 1 or 2 more. Fantastic. Alrighty, as we're getting ready for this next piece, Diane just did that last class with me, so I'm going to recommend that she doesn't hold any weights for this. But those of you that are here with me live, let's go ahead and pick up some light to moderate weights. We're going to be doing one arm at a time, and it's going to be a push press. So we're still going to get that little dip and drive of the legs, and then we're going to have a front raise as our second exercise. Alrighty, feet just underneath those hips, stomach drawn in. 2, 1, here we go. Dip and drive. Non-working arm reaches out to help encourage that chest to stay tall. Just like that half squat we were working earlier, we want to push those knees wide, sitting back into those heels without flaring the toes. Awesome, good breathing. Couple more. We're going to go right to that other arm and transition, switching sides. As soon as you get there, here we go. Good. Try to find a spot straight ahead to focus on. With those eyes looking up and forward. Great tempo. Dip and drive. We're moving into a front raise next. 10 seconds. You're welcome to hold a weight. I'm going to show an alternating arm option without weights first. Go ahead and rest. So front raise, meaning up and forward. If we're kind of stiff in the shoulders, you can also do an alternating arms. Get a little bit more rhythm going here. Yep. And think about actively pushing back as you swing that arm back. Those of you doing the single arm version, 10 more seconds. Hey, puppy dog. Almost there. I am going to show some light weights on this coming up next. Go ahead and rest. Alrighty. With or without weights, bent over row next. I'm actually going to show it with the band on the first set. So for the band, I'm going to stand on it. You could also be holding weights in your hand. Draw the stomach in, soften those knees. I'm gonna bend forward at the waist. Draw the chin in. You can also do this from a seated position. You don't wanna come to that forward bow. And then that bend over row. Activating that mid back, pulling those elbows up and back. Breathing in as you reach forward. Good, Sherry. Just keep that chest a little bit taller. Nice, Kathy. Good angle, Amy. And 2, 1. Everybody rest. Alrighty. Last exercise of our circuit is the burpee. You can do an elevated burpee. Feet onto a chair or a bench here, coming up to standing, or take it all the way down to the ground, top of the push-up. Your choice. Here we go. 30 seconds here. Top of the push-up, either stepping or hopping to your feet. If you are stepping, alternate the legs. And then you can hop the feet back, hop the feet up. 15 seconds left. If you're hopping the feet, midline nice and strong, make sure you don't have any recent irritation of your low back. One more time. And rest. Nice job. We'll take 30 seconds. If anybody wants to keep the blood flow going here, you can do like a little quick feet action. Otherwise, getting ready for our overhead press of round 2. Starting in 10 seconds. Non-dominant arm to start. Toes pointing forward. 2, 1, dip and drive. So you dip back, sending those hips back, pushing those knees out, and then drive straight up to overhead. Really key here, not to arch that lower spine. So as you extend the legs, squeeze your backside, flex your thighs. Wonderful. Good, last time. And switching arms. Moose, no barking. Same thing other side, elbow up and forward. And 2, 1, here we go. Dip and drive. There we go. Hey, welcome. Moose, he's allowed to be here. Moose doesn't quite understand public parks yet. Down and up. Halfway through. Hey, welcome. Good job, moving well. 2, 1, and rest. We're back to that front raise. If you have like 2, 3, maybe upwards of 5-pounders, you can hold a light weight this time and still do that alternating fashion. If you only have one weight, then raise them together. 20 seconds from here. Here we go. Try to stay strong as you engage.
Yeah, that way it goes
The birds say thank you. Moose, it's okay. Hey now. Good job, everybody. 2, 1, and rest. Bent over row is next. I showed it with the bands last time. This time I'm going to hold my dumbbell. Now, if you want to show it seated, excellent. So if you're choosing that seated version, sit up nice and tall, toes forward, midline drawn in, long spine, either sitting tall or bowing forward. And as soon as you get there, go ahead and start. Now we can move fast here, or we can slow it down with a pause in the top. See what feels best for your body. If you're higher energy, if you want to move faster. If you're lower energy, then work on that strength for your body and your structural support. Pause and reach. Doesn't have to be quick to be effective. Excellent. Final time. 2, 1. Taking that rest. Woo! All right, and what's our next exercise? The burpee. So either the elevated burpee or down on the mat. 3, 2, 1. Hop or step. Diane's showing our elevated version over there. So if you're jumping back, the hips will sink down if you don't hold strong from the middle. And that's going to put a little bit of pressure on that low back. So make sure you stay nice and tight. All those accessory exercises that we do for our midline, put them into play here. Maybe one more time. and take that rest. Awesome job. Either running quick feet or a full 30 seconds. We're gonna go one more time for that series. But first, those of you wearing the bands, go ahead and let out your air. On this last round, if you have a little bit heavier weight you want to use, now that we've released that air, this is the time that you kind of push the weight a bit. We're going to start here in 15 seconds. Give you a little bit longer break. Give myself a little bit longer break. Alrighty. If we didn't deter that gentleman away from his lunch. There's lots of picnic tables here. All right, friends, back to your non-dominant arm. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Same concepts. We're gonna do just a little bit shorter intervals this time, 20 seconds instead of 30 seconds. I'm gonna keep that tempo, push those heavier weights a bit. Awesome. Nice strong finish. Good, resting on that arm, switching sides. And when you're ready, here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeezing that tush as you drive tall. Fantastic. 10 seconds. Front raise is next. 2, 1, and pausing there. So we did alternating arms before. Now I'm going to show it with a single dumbbell. Walk the feet in. Draw the stomach in when you're ready. Either one arm at a time or both arms together. See if you can still fire the bum, fire the thighs. Keeping that little bend in those knees. Bent over row is next. 2, 1, and here we go. You grab the band if you want, seated row. I'm gonna stick with the bent over version. Draw the belly in, up and in. We will go 30 seconds on this one. One of my favorites for that mid back, get that good activation. And then obviously when you hold this bent over position, it's gonna challenge the back of the body as well. So hold the belly strong, squeeze the glutes, 10 seconds left. And we're gonna go straight into those burpees. 2, 1, transition, set your weight down. And then making your way to those burpees. Feet back, feet up, and jump. Great job. Woo! This is the end of our circuit. Finish strong. 15 seconds left. Woo! Great day to be alive. Raise those arms in the air. Celebrate. It's the simple things. And there's our time. Woo! All righty. Walk it out, shake it out. Little side step arm swing. Nice work, friends. All right, I'm gonna keep you on your feet initially, and then we're gonna do a cool down stretch on the floor. But the first thing I wanna do is return to that quad stretch. So gonna challenge the balance now that we're a bit tired. Stretch those quads again after all those lunges. Stomach in, thigh drives back. You can stay here, stay tall, or if you want to give yourself a little bit more challenge, you can take it into that forward reach posture. As the chest comes forward, that back thigh drives up. Keep the hips and shoulders square. Wonderful. And coming up from there. In between legs, take note of which thigh you were just stretching. Walk those feet nice and wide, and we'll do our little Cossack lunge or our inner thigh opener. Leaning into one side, have your toes more forward. Yep. And then to the other, side to side. The side that you're leaning away from, try to keep that foot pushing into the floor. Sometimes we'll tend to come up onto the side of the ankle. Wonderful. And then shimmy those legs back in. We got that second leg for the quad stretch. Draw the shoulders back. Pull that foot up. We're having some beautiful weather here in Phoenix today, in the 60s. Very well welcome. Before we're going to come into the triple digits here before we know it. Taking that forward reach if you choose. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and finish from there. Fantastic. All right, let's grab a drink. If the bands are still on and you want to take them off, then we're going to make our way down to the floor in like a child's position, so on hands and knees. Alrighty. So first we'll just take into that traditional child stretch, toes together, knees come outside the hips, reach those arms straight out, and lower yourself back, lower that head down. Let's breathe about 3 to 4 times. Focus to send your air into the sides of your body, so trying to expand the sides and backs of your lungs. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more nice big breath here. And then from here, let's come on to all fours. Square the knees. We're going to move into some cat-cows next. So as you exhale, draw the chin in, lifting up between those shoulder blades. As you inhale, just gently lower your belly towards the floor. Draw the shoulders back. Just match it to your breathing. It's a good practice to pause the top and the bottom of each breath. Just pause for a moment, and then somewhere between like a 3 and 4 count on the inhale and the exhale. Final time. Fantastic. Go ahead and come off the hands for a second, kneeling. Roll out those wrists, just some circular patterns. From here, we're going to go into our mid-back rotations. I'm going to show the first 5 from my palm. The second 5, I'm going to stay on the same side and come down deeper into the forearm. But if you feel a pretty big stretch or tension when you're up on your hand, then maybe do all 10 rotations on your hand. So nice wide handprint. Place both hands down. Let's start with your left arm. Taking that hand behind the head. From here, you're going to lift up out of that right arm. Breathing in, bring your elbow to meet the opposite elbow. And then breathing out, we're going to lift up, rotate, peer up towards the ceiling or sky. Breathing in, breathing out. Pause as you open. Really push through that downside arm. Very good. And then after 4 to 5, you choose if you want to stay on the hand or if you want to go deeper into that rotation. Now I'll come down to the forearm. Same concept from there. Breathing in, breathing out, and you'll just feel how it's a little bit tighter. Kind of reduce that angle. Even on the forearm, still trying to lift up out of that downside shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out, pause, and rest. Good job. In between sides, let's come back up to kneeling. And we'll just do a simple little arm swing here as we get ready for the other side. All right, I'm going to just swing myself around. Same thing on that opposite side, 4 to 5 from the long arm. And then you choose either stay there for another 4 to 5, or we'll take it lower. Fantastic. Pausing, and we want to exhale as we rotate to give as much space as we can to that rib cage. When we blow the air out, it allows the lungs and the body to move a bit more. If you want to take it deeper, you can. Down on the forearm. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice work, Diane. Diane was commenting last week after these. She's like, oh, I can see better in my car. That's right. You can look over your shoulder better. Even though half the time our cars tell us where everything is, it's still good for our bodies to be able to move in that orientation. Fantastic. As you finish that, come on back up. Shake it out once again. Okay, and then our final stretch on the ground is going to be our inner thigh openers with the side stretch. So from hands and knees, let's start with we're gonna mirror each other. So it'll be my left, it's gonna be your right leg. So Diane, our right, gosh, left leg, pick one leg, kick it out to the side, turn the sole of the foot down to the floor, and then same side arm, just reach across the midline of the body. And then from here, we're gonna rock those hips back. Breathing in as we rock forward, and then breathing out, rocking back, bringing your hips towards your heel. One of my favorites, breathing in. That's right, lengthening that inner thigh. And just like when we did that side lunge from standing, really keep the sole of the foot down on the ground. Give me one more time. In, out, and switching sides. What's up, Moose? Walk the legs in. Extend that opposite side. Then we add a little bit of a side stretch to it as well as you reach the arm over. About 5 times. It's a great time in the session if your body wants to give a little audible sigh as you lower on back. Making that noise helps to kind of relax and calm your nervous system. Fantastic. All righty, if you are comfortable to sit on your feet, legs together, if you can sit back on your ankles, it's a nice stretch for that lower body. If that's uncomfortable, pick a position that's best for you. And then here, we're just gonna loosen up that upper body a bit. So shoulders back and down. Yeah, most. And then we're gonna rotate through the head and neck. Got our protector here. Here come the missionaries. And then rotate your head the other way. It's okay, Moose. They're friendly. Fantastic. And then a couple more stretches for the neck. If you want to sit on the palm of your hand, we're going to turn the palm up, sit on back. That just helps to traction this side down. From here, looking forward, draw the chin in and then bias your chin towards the opposite collarbone. And then you're going to bring one fingertip up to that opposite side of the head. Just give a little bit of an overstretch and emphasis on the little bits. Just very gentle. Moose. They're allowed to eat their lunch there. And then same thing, other side. I'm almost done. I'll get him. Moose. Come here. Come here, Moose. Moose, yeah. He's just a puppy if you want to. He's not as vicious as he sounds. Chin in, shoulder down. Good. Tail's wagging. Good job, Moose. They're friendly. I know you're kind of intimidating, Moose. And release. All right, everybody, our final 3 breaths together. Hands in front of the heart. Breathe in, elevate up. I'll be right there. And breathe out, go ahead and relax. Maybe he's in protective mode. Good, breathe in some peace, some love. Send out all the positive vibrations to the world. All right, sorry. And last time, breathe it in and breathe it out. Fantastic. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging in with us. Your body thanks you for moving. Finish your water. Do something that's fun for you today and enjoy nature. We'll see you next time.